we turned right here, and the mistake you made is that you didn't use the middle lane to turn right from. So you must move into this middle part here. The line next to you is marked by a broken line, which means you can cross over, and the middle lane is there for anyone who needs it, for you or that car. If they want to turn that way, they'll go into the middle lane and turn that way. You need to go into the middle lane and turn that way. So what you done was you turned right from the left side. Okay. Now if a car comes up from behind you and uses the middle lane to turn right, then it could be quite dangerous if you turn at the same time, because you haven't positioned in the correct position for a right turn. So this is a serious fault, something you could fail for. Okay, here we were doing the maneuver where you pull up on the right and you reverse back 2 car spaces. You got stuck on the curb on 2 occasions. If you don't complete the maneuver, if you're not able to go back 2 car spaces, then you would fail the maneuver and the test. Okay. When you pull up on the right side of the road to reverse the car back, the camera isn't really going to give you a good reference of where the curb is in relation to your tires. The wing mirror is. Okay, so the wing mirror will give you a much better reference. So use the wing mirror as guidance, but check your blind spots to make sure it's safe to reverse back, and use the wing mirror on the right as for guidance. Okay, now on the second mock test, you made a serious fault. You hit the curb on the left quite hard. Okay, so that hit quite hard. It's hard enough to fail. If it's a light brush against the curb, then usually it wouldn't be a fail, you just get a minor fault, but that hit quite hard. I checked the tyre later, there was a cut in the tyre, and it's quite hard. It could damage the steering, the balance and everything. So when it's that hard, it would be a serious fault, you'd fail. Okay, now what you should do is drive a bit more slower, because the car that's coming towards you is a big vehicle. It's a Land Rover. It's quite a big vehicle. They are as much as they can be on their side. The best thing here to do is just stop. Just come to a stop right now. Just come to a stop somewhere around there. Okay. Let this car go, and then you can move away from this curve. This curve is quite raised and quite sharp. If you hit it, it can cause some damage. So just pause right there. Don't try and continue when it's that tight. Okay. Now, one thing I want you to kind of keep in mind is not to drive too slow when it's possible to pick up more speed. So here we just moved off from a parked position, and your speed was really slow from here all the way to the end of the road. You have to drive in a more business-like fashion, so getting the job done, not dragging and being agonizingly slow. So here your speed is about 8, 9, 10 miles per hour. It's just really slow. I think you get a minor fault here, but if you keep doing this throughout the test, the minor faults will tally up, and you could eventually lead to being into a serious fault. Now here's another place where you could have picked up speed in certain places. So now you can't really pick up speed because you can't see behind the cars here. But now you have opportunity to pick up speed, at least up to the black color car. So your speed is about 15 miles an hour. This road is 20. 15 just seems really slow. Then after you pass the parked cars, there's a chance to pick up speed because it's safe. There's no pedestrians, there's no parked cars blocking your view, and your speed still stays slow. When it's 20 slow enough, do 20. When it's safe like this, do 20. Okay. Another thing I want to point out is with potholes, try to steer around them. And if you don't see, if it's not possible to steer around them, like here's one coming up now, there's one there. If it's not possible to just steer around it slightly, just reduce your speed so that the impact is less. Okay. So there's another one coming up there. It just looks like a dark hole in the ground. It's quite deep, this one, and bang, the car went into it quite hard. So try to reduce your speed, then the impact will be less if you can't steer around it slightly. Just want to give you a recap of this junction. We turn right into the side road, so we turn right into here, and then at the end of here we're going to turn right again. there is a give way on the floor. So the give way marking is there. You give way to cars coming from your left and cars coming from your right. Okay, so you give way to in both directions here. You did this fine, but just giving you a recap.